Well, hello there, Leo. It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today, we are doing your mid-April tarot reading. So this is good from now until about mid-May. I almost said March. Now until mid-May. And we'll take a look first at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. And this reading is good for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if the message doesn't resonate for you here, you may want to check out one of your other signs to see if there's a message there for you. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here. Seahorse spirit, watch and wait, protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. Okay, Leo, I feel like you have some situation going on right now, or soon will. It could be a relationship. I really could, this has more of a relationship energy, but we'll see when we go to the tarot. But I feel like there is a situation, and it could be that you want to rush in and take action, or rush in and fix a situation, or rush in and have a conversation or something. But you are protected by your angels at this time. It's really about just kind of sitting back and waiting and seeing how things play out a little bit before you take any action. I feel like there is a little bit of, in this, that you don't see the whole picture at this time. Yeah. Oh, and it has a good ending. So I feel like you don't see the picture at all of the information. You're not privy to all the information at this time. And the other thing that they're saying is that you could be kind of your ego, okay, or your mind could be wanting to take action on the situation. But here's the thing. I feel like you're being called to listen to your intuition a little bit more, to slow down and take like a deep breath. They're having me take a deep breath. And to just kind of like sit with it for a minute. Don't jump into this right at this time. And it does have a nice ending. So let's see how we can get you there quickly. Yeah. Okay. So on the bottom you have Magician and the Mirror. Okay, and then you have the third chakra. So your third chakra has to do with your core values, your belief system, okay? And I feel like part of this situation is actually that you may be changing your perception or your beliefs, your mindset around a certain situation. So it doesn't have to be necessarily that you're changing your mind about a difficult situation. It's about you're changing your core beliefs because of this situation. So you could be seeing a different perspective because of what somebody else is saying, right? Or it could be that you're understanding, you're becoming more ingrained, more clear cut, have a lot more clarity about what it is that you believe. And then you have strategy. It is about taking time to make a strategy. And then you have the fifth chakra, then speaking your truth. Okay. So I feel like there is this situation that is occurring where you just want to jump in. You want to tell somebody how you feel about this situation. But the thing is that you are actually evolving at this time. And it's so interesting because I'm going to be doing some readings later this week about the solar eclipse season, or the eclipse season that is starting this week. Because I feel like that energy is actually already playing into your reading here about wanting to take action. But during eclipse season, it's not really about taking action. Okay, it's definitely not the time to take action. So I feel like you're being asked to just kind of like sit with this a little bit. And it could have something to do around some type of project that you're wanting to do. The person that's involved in this situation, I feel like, is somewhat of a soul teacher for you, or you could be a teacher for them. And that is where the conflict is coming. The conflict is helping you to get more clear about what it is that you want for yourself, and what you believe, how you perceive the world. And it's bringing a lot of balance into your work sector, okay, perhaps, and the Empress energy, So this is mother energy. This really could be either a personal relationship or it could be in your work sector. Either way, the energies are kind of, playing out in both. The Empress is someone that would start their own business, very creative. We have the creative endeavor underneath there, birthing new ideas, birthing new projects, starting new jobs, starting new businesses. But it's also about, mothering yourself, mothering the people that are around you, and taking time to nurture those relationships. And that could be part of this, is that you want to take action. So say you're really wanting to start your own business, but there's something about slowing down and asking yourself, okay, what is the mission statement for what is the purpose of this business, right? What are the roles I'm going to play? Who do I have to hire? What will their roles be? How are we going to reach our audience? How are we going to make those deep connections that are really important, especially with that Empress energy? Kind of like building your strategy, because you have the strategy. So before you start talking about your business, and putting it out into the world, it's about first figuring out, okay, getting clarity about what it is that you are trying to create, or this situation, what it is that you want out of this relationship, getting really clear before you take any action. Because your present energy is you want to take action. You have the action card, right? But you're being asked to kind of like see this situation in a different perspective, to kind of look at it from a lot of different angles. That's why you're being held in place, okay, upside down, trying to get the clarity, the blood to run down to your brain. And understanding too that I feel like behind a mask, you may not, I think this is interesting, you may not yet see clearly how your values, okay, are changing, or your perception. I feel like there is something, the mask here is really on you. I'm not sure, there could be somebody in your environment that is also not telling their truth, but I feel as if there's almost a sense of, if you were to take action right now, you really wouldn't be taking action on your true authentic self. I feel like you may think that you would be, Leo, okay? But the message here is that there's more insight that you are going to gain by just kind of like waiting and seeing how things play out, which can be so hard, right? So I'm sending you love and hugs for that, because that can be very difficult. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Yeah, this is lovely. Okay, so it's about dropping the burden, I think that there's something here that you feel is holding you back. You may be wanting to have a conversation with somebody, but it's about staying in your heart space, staying inspired, staying creative, staying intuitive about this situation. But, it's not about necessarily jumping on your horse and taking action. Right? It's not a knight energy. It's a queen energy. It's bringing this sense of love, of softness, of nurturing, that Empress energy, right? Bringing your divine feminine energy into the situation instead of going forward with that divine masculine energy. I'm taking action. I want change, and I'm going to take change. Kind of like just softening that approach just a little bit. Okay, so let's see what, yes, okay, so your area of resistance or your obstacle is that you have financial constraints. There's a sense here that you don't have what you need, or you're not getting what you want out of the situation, whether it's a job, a career, a business, a relationship. You're not getting what it is that you want. And I think you're wanting to take action. It's kind of like, okay, I want to make changes either to this situation, or I want to move forward in a different direction. But you have the Death card and the status quo. It's a little bit of recognizing that there is something here about your mindset that you think is the status quo, once again, is being transformed, because the Death card is about transformation. You haven't quite yet. It's kind of like, okay, they're saying the incubator, it's kind of like you put in some type of a casserole into the oven, right? And you want it to be nice and bubbly hot, like literally bubbling. And it's kind of like warm, but it's not bubbly hot yet, right? It's not quite ready to come out of the oven. And that is because whatever mindset, belief system, or values are being transformed at this time, okay? You haven't quite yet seen all of the, 10 of swords. You have not yet seen or acquired all of the information in this situation. And that could be coming in the form of downloads, intuitive downloads, right? It's about stepping into that. Yeah. Because, oh, look at this. Yeah. Sudden ending. Okay. Sudden ending allows you to walk away towards your 9 of Cups, but you have to, it's almost as if you have to have this epiphany of a moment to understand what it is, why. I feel like you're not even sure. If you're trying to end something here, I don't think you even are sure why you're trying to end it. It's uncomfortable. Whatever you're going through right now is uncomfortable, but it's about going within and asking yourself, why is this situation uncomfortable? Why do I feel like I'm not getting enough out of this situation? What is triggering? What emotions are being triggered in this situation? Kind of interesting. Sag had a little bit of a similar type of reading where it's about looking at your emotions, naming those emotions, and not moving past those emotions, not taking action based on those emotions. Okay, because when you're taking action based on emotions, okay, you're not taking the right action. Okay, you won't get the outcome that you're hoping for. So it's about calming down your emotions, naming your feelings, allowing those feelings to come up, releasing those feelings, understanding where do those feelings come from? Why am I feeling triggered in this at this time, so that you can end, okay, the sense of not feeling like you're worthy enough for love, or you're never recognized in your work sector, or you're never paid enough, or you never get the promotion. This is a sense of feeling as though you are just not enough. For some of you, you could feel as though you are perhaps having some physical difficulty at this time, some illness, or somebody in your family is having an illness, and you're just wanting to kind of like move through this, get through this. But there is something about taking some time to truly heal it, right? To embrace it, to understand, okay, your body may be talking to you at this time, saying something needs to be transformed. You could have a mindset right now. Your status quo could be, well, I eat basically anything I want, and I'm eating in moderation. But your doctor may say, but your blood pressure is really high. We need to make some changes here. Moderation is good, but your sense of moderation needs to be transformed. Your sense of moderation, cutting out more salt or exercising more or something like that. There's something here that you feel like your mindset is okay. You're kind of like, yeah, my mindset's okay. I know how I feel about this situation, but you don't have all the information. You're kind of trying to take action on something, and your guides, your angels are just going to hold you there until you're willing to just kind of like, okay, I'm going to sit with the emotions, allow these emotions to come up. And when you do, this balance comes in, right? You'll find the clarity about how to move forward and the right action for you, It's kind of interesting. Let's go back to the health thing, okay? I have a very good friend. She is not a Leo. I have a very good friend. And she went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, your blood pressure is too high. We need to make some changes. And her whole thing was, isn't there a pill for that? And, she got upset with the doctor because the doctor was kind of like, well, yes, there is. Okay. But we want to try to make some lifestyle changes here first, because her blood pressure wasn't too high or whatever the guidance was. Anyway, and I was talking to her, and she was just so frustrated. She was just like, I just want to pop a pill for this, And it's kind of like understanding, okay, there are medications to, reduce your blood pressure. Yes. But there's also lifestyle changes that you can make. She just wanted the pill. She didn't want to make any of the lifestyle changes, right? She was kind of like, I just want to live my life the way I want to live it, the way I've lived it. I don't want to make any changes. But the doctor was saying the lifestyle changes, the medicine can help, but lifestyle changes, okay, make a significant impact on this, you know. And so I feel like it's kind of something like that, where you may be feeling, no, I know what I'm doing here, right? But it's kind of like opening your mind up to seeing things in a little bit of a different way, you know. It's kind of like, oh, wait a minute, maybe if I make these subtle changes, right, in my lifestyle or in my career or in the approach that I am having about this situation, right, that I can have more success long term. And I think, you know, that's what her doctor was saying. Listen, you can have a lot more success with your blood pressure long term if you make just a few adjustments to your diet and exercise a little bit more, right? It's a combination, understanding that it's not just one thing that may help in this situation. I feel like that it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. It's almost like creating a recipe for your success and feeling like just one option is all you need. Really interesting. Some of the readings lately have just really been actually opening my mind up to how we are really changing with Pluto now moving into Aquarius, this brand new energy, you know, just understanding, wow, there's a whole new way of thinking that is occurring now. Yes, because here is your advice. You have the vast universe, you know, Seven of Pentacles. You've spent a lot of time and energy thinking the same way for a very long time. Pluto was in Capricorn from 2008 to 2023. It transitioned into Aquarius March 23rd. You're still a little bit stuck in that Pluto and Capricorn energy. Excuse me. It's kind of like understanding, well, wait a minute. The universe is expanding. Our thinking is expanding. The way that we do things is expanding. It's time for you to also understand you are expanding. Your mindset, your beliefs are actually also expanding when you allow yourself to, okay? And it is going to bring you the happy success that you're looking for. That is obvious. That just keeps coming up. Wow. Yeah, in other words, you just can't keep doing the same thing over. That's the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. That is really coming into play. It's kind of time to think of things in a different way, in a much more expanded way. Yes. Beautiful. Look at this. And, you know, for some of you, you know, at the beginning, I kind of said I thought this had something to do with a relationship. Page of Swords, I feel like you're getting some type of a message. And with the King of Cups, it's this energy of mastering your emotions. All of this could be happening for you to, you know, be able to master your emotions, whether it's in your career or a relationship or some other situation. Understanding that every time you get a message, right, from the universe or from people, right, that you are learning how to master your emotions so you're not easily triggered, okay? You can take a breath if something is triggering you. You're learning how to take a breath and go within, recognize the feeling or the trigger that is occurring, and allowing yourself to release that so that your emotions are no longer guiding or wreaking havoc, I'm going to say, on your actions. And because of that, okay, you are going to have this beautiful, look, you have the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, long-term committed, you know, relationship, a family situation, also family wealth, generational wealth is here, you know, recognizing, having the success that you are really and truly looking for in this situation. Once again, you're protected by the angels. Just keep talking to your angels as you're moving through this, Leo, because this is beautiful, just a beautiful reading. All right, so let's pull a soul truth card for you. And Leo, I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Am I afraid to be seen? Interesting. Okay, so let's read this. The world doesn't want you to hold back any longer. Time to shine your unique light on the world. You were made from love, and from love you are whole. There is no more hiding. There is no more shame. There is only truth. Live naked and free. What parts of me do I hide so I can be socially accepted and fit in? Am I being authentic? Do I allow myself to be all of me? What do I need to feel so I can feel safe to be seen? Yes, so you're being called. You're being called to take a look at this, because whatever it is that is kind of holding you back, the fears, the emotions, okay? You're really kind of, you're happy being where you are in a way. You're not really willing to make any change. And yet at the same time, the universe is asking you to step up to the plate to make these changes, because you have work to do. You are a teacher, you are a healer, you are a guide for other people. It's stepping into that energy of recognizing, okay, I've got to get busy, but the first thing I got to do is get really clear about where it is that what do I feel? Well, how are those emotions affecting me? How is my fear of being seen holding me back? Okay, interesting. Really beautiful message there. All right, I'm going to leave it there. And Leo, I do appreciate all of your support through liking, commenting, and subscribing. I really do. It helps to get my message out to more people. So thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you again really soon. Bye for now.